Normally it is better to be first than last, but when it comes to being eliminated in the Squid Games, that is clearly not the case. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here to talk about another Season 2 theory, another Season 2 poll from Squid Game, and we're asking the question, was Kang Mina killed off too early in Season 2? And by early, I mean very early. By early, I mean the earliest of all the players in the 34th edition of Squid Game. Mina was the first to go. Red light, green light. Oh shit, I moved. Bang. Bullet to the forehead, and that pretty much killed her off. We had 27 votes, which is a wee bit disappointing, guys, so you need to get your voting boots on and march down to the polls, just like you did on November 5th, and put in some ballots and, and get some polls here. We don't care which way you vote, as long as you vote.
Aye, it's all about voting.
It's your right.
It's your right, and unlike the 2024 election, I'm actually going to go with the losers here. I actually liked her death. I thought it was a good surprise.
Alright, so let's talk about it then. So 27 votes, 74% are saying yes, her character was interesting, that she was killed off too early. 26% are saying, and you agree with the 26%, they are saying no, her death was a surprise. Right, well, let's address the 74% in the room here that agree that her character was interested. I think that there was a bit of individuality about her character. She did stand out, and of course that's because, let's be honest, she had a bit of a different look. She got some lines which pretty much nobody else had, and she did come across as different. But I mean, look, at the beginning it's pretty much just people with different numbers. It's 456 different people with different numbers. So until you start speaking, until you start getting dialogue, you're not going to stand out. You're going to be the same. But you know, they did actually give her a bit of time at the beginning. She came across more as like a feminine woman than everybody else in there. She talked about the uniforms that were wearing. She didn't like them. She wanted to have the nice pink uniforms that the guards had. So, like, I think we were seeing that she did come across as a little bit unique.
Yeah, she was unique, right? And you know what? I totally agree. I think her character was interesting, but at the same time, I think you need to kill someone first off who's interesting. We've seen with the original Red Light, Green Light, first two guys that got killed were the two guys competing against each other, running, joking, trying to get to the line first. Killed them both off.
Yeah, and I noticed the way that they actually gave them a little bit of screen time rather than the first person that dies be some nobody.
Yeah. No, it has way more impact.
So I think it is important to try and build the death of the first character. And you could argue that dying first is a memorable moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that when it comes to deaths, that her death will be one of the most memorable ones because she was the first to go.
No, I totally, yeah. The first death of a new season in a television show, if done right, especially in a game like this where you are like literally the first elimination, you should be more memorable than, like, do you remember who was number 2? Exactly, you don't. You remember who was number 1, and yeah, would this show have benefited from her being kept alive in season 2? Potentially, because then you could have had more of like a love interest for that Thanos guy, because I mean, I liked him, but for 6 episodes, he just bitched to that guy about bitcoins. It wasn't even 6 episodes, it was about 3, 4, so again, you could have built someone else up here. You could have had someone interact with Ji-hun, like, I don't believe you, Ji-hun. And he's like, oh, look, there's a bee on you, and then they die. But I actually thought this was pretty good. I've got no real complaints.
Right, so you think that she didn't die too early then?
No, I think it was bang on the money. But I agree with both. I think her character was interesting, but you need to kill someone off interesting to make it interesting. Can't be a no-namer, even though technically we didn't really know her name.
So you think that if she did survive, they would have had to have made someone else interesting to kill them off?
Yeah, I think that's just the way it goes. Comes with the territory.
So you think no matter who they killed off, we'd have probably been sitting here going, they died too early, because no matter who they killed off, they would have had to have dedicated a little bit of time to get that person semi-interesting to kill them off?
Yeah, totally agree. I think someone else would have got the...
Whereas if they didn't do that and they just killed a nobody, we'd be sitting here, it would probably not even talk about it because it wouldn't be impactful.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be sitting here making a fiddle on it.
So you think the fact that we're sitting here talking about the first player they killed off means that person was at least memorable enough to make the fid?
Totally agree.
Right. Because we're not going to make a video on this, like you said, the second person who was killed in this game. We're not going to make, were they killed too early? Because we don't know who it was, we can't remember.
When we watched this, right, I think...
There's nothing to offer.
Oh no, but seeing we watched this, I was shocked that they killed her. By the fact that she got all that screen time.
See if you offered me, well, but yeah, you know, but that's, I got...
That's a good thing. I feel like too many shows these days refuse to kill people off. I think Squid Game, I mean, I guess the way Squid Game is set up, people are going to die. But unpredictability goes a long way in TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, I like the cat. I agree with both. I like the character. I think it would have been good to see her last a little bit longer, but at the same time,
I think at the same time, no, you could have switched it. I think Thanos definitely had more longevity, but you could have killed him. And it'd been like, oh fuck, he was a really interesting character with the purple hair, and they've killed him there. But the reality is, you have to kill someone off interesting for to have an impact, man. If this was player 401, some guy we'd never seen before up until he got shot here by the snipers, and what's that do?
I mean, you could offer me 456 billion won to tell you who died second. I couldn't.
Oh no, you're not.
Couldn't give you their name. Couldn't give you their number. I couldn't tell you a picture of what they look like.
Have you noticed with the Squid Games, like each game, right? Normally the first person that dies or the first group that dies in each game, there's a bit of time dedicated. Look at the glass bridge. Like Ji-hun and was debating, oh, did I go first or 16th, and then had a bit of dialogue with that guy, and that guy's like, oh, maybe first will be good.
See that look? That guy gives someone to explain the rules.
Exactly. So, and then that's how it's done. You know what I mean? It would be shite if Ji-hun was like, oh, 15th or 16th, 50, and then that number one's just fucking then jumping jacks, man, over the glass. You need to build it up, and they did that here. Correct the Mundo. I'm going to assume there's no comments, though.
Is there any comments? Let's get into them. We've got two. Exhaust Pipe says Thanos 2. Well, we actually... Did we do a poll on Thanos?
I don't know, mate. Yeah, you've done a lot of Thanos polls.
No, I think you made a video on it, but you didn't do a poll because you just decided to skip into an episode 6 theory for whatever reason. But here,
I'm sure episode 6 has been done, mate.
Yeah, but no, we're not on episode 6. We're not that far ahead here, but whatever. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, Thanos has been pretty... You know what? I wouldn't have killed Thanos. I would have killed his wee tag team partner as number 2, but again, it was another surprising death.
Yeah, but you know what? Apparently Thanos is pretty famous.
He is?
Aye. So, I mean, he's probably costing more money, isn't he?
He did it for free. He did it for free. He did it for free because he got kicked out of his K-pop group.
Well, maybe he wasn't
drugs.
Maybe he wanted more money.
Do you know he's 37? I didn't think he was 37.
Yeah, well, maybe the catch was he was willing to do season 2 for free, but he wanted like a fucking $10 billion wands to
maybe
to do season 3, and they thought, no thanks.
Work for the thought will do.
Olink says who? What do you mean who? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Come on, Olink. Wake up, man! It's pretty obvious. First person
Player
to die.
196.
Player 1. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. Like if the name wasn't there, I wouldn't have got it. But I think, come on, buddy.
Come on, man. Anyway, I had to say I was a wee love for us. Anyway, that's it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then,
be